Hello everybody and welcome, I'm Common Cam, and today we're going to be ranking everybody's favourite paranoid security director, Red Alert.
You want to get rid of me, just like the others do.
You're more damaged than I thought.
There's nothing wrong with me.
Over the years, Red Alert has had a wide range of unique designs that's going to make this very interesting to look at. So without further ado, let's just dive straight into the tier names. And first up, of course, had to be...
Red Alert transform! Take this!
And now for the second tier.
Both you and Inferno have shown great bravery today.
With friends like these, real friends, it's easy to be brave.
And now for the middle tier.
Don't worry, Carlos. I am mechanical, so I do not feel the sensation of pain as you know it.
You still feel pain though, right?
Sorry, your question is not relevant to our mission. Let's keep moving.
Great, a real tough guy.
And now for the fourth tier.
Inferno, save yourself. I don't deserve to be an Autobot.
And now finally, for the worst tier.
Hang in there, soldier! The damage is too severe. I'm gonna have to amputate.
What?
First up, we have Generation 1. Now, I've got to admit, I'm actually not a big fan of this design. I do like the personality of the character because it's unique. I like the paranoid aspect about it. You know, that one episode where he's with his best buddy Inferno and they have a massive argument. I do like that. That's a good character trait. But when it comes to a design, I just don't have a lot of enthusiasm for it. I think it's just because it's the exact same mold as Sideswipe. The only thing I can see different about it is the fresh new paint. That's kind of it, really. Bearing in mind, you know, they did their best with the character, you know, they made him definitely stand out from the rest of the other bots, but yeah, that's kind of all I have to say about it, really. The same can be said for the Creo version. I mean, he's a small, cute little guy, but when it comes to the Transformers War for Cybertron trilogy, I truly don't have anything to say about these designs. Of course, they're just G1 inspired, they're exact copies. I do prefer Kingdom more because we've actually got vehicle parts. I don't really care for the Cybertronian mode that we were going for with Siege. I really don't have anything to say about them. I much prefer Kingdom because it's more authentic to that original G1 design, but when it comes to Siege, like with all of the Cybertronian designs, they were a poor attempt at a unique Cybertronian mode. But heck, at least in the Generations toy line, they tried to do something different. Of course, it's the exact same as Sideswipe, but I kind of like it. I kind of like the back of the car being on the kneecaps. That's kind of neat. I wasn't going to, but I might as well mention the Universe 2003 toy. It's Inferno, but it's obviously Red Alert's colours. I do like it. It looks really neat, but this is just a redeco of Prowl. That being said, I do like the Binotech in 2005, even though it doesn't scream Red Alert because of a Japanese police vehicle. Yeah, they should have made this Prowl, especially because it's a retool of Blue Streak. Now for something actually creative and interesting, we have the Armada Red Alert in 2002. I love this design so much. Of course, I grew up with it, but on a design basis, it's just so cool. The toy especially, I remember as a kid, it had so many play features. I'd be playing with this toy all the time. I really dig the Robocop inspired head design, really sweet, and the voice actor Brian Dobson in the series really brought this character to life, and even Darren Norris in the video game. I played as Red Alert all the time in the Armada PS2 game. Yeah, this is a good design. This is how you make a character stand out. Of course, the original G1 Red Alert has cropped up in recent years, but I think that this version of Red Alert should be the standard going forward, which is why I was so happy that he finally got a brand new toy in 2025 in the Age of the Primes line. I respect both, but this Red Alert is better. I will admit though, I don't really care for his Power Links colours all that too much. I just love the standard blue, white and red. I think it just suits him a lot better. Of course, it's supposed to be a bit more inspired from that original Red Alert, even though it screams now more Transformers Prime Ratchet vibes. But heck, I'll take this over the Built to Rule Red Alert. Dude, where's your neck? I might as well mention his Cybertronian mode that was briefly featured in the second episode. It's better than Hotshots, I'll say that, but yeah, he just looks naked. Now, he may not have featured in Energon, but he did return in Cybertron with a brand new voice actor, which I still can't get used to this day, but I do like his toy. It actually is pretty nice. It's a bit more blocky, but you can still see that original Armada Red Alert, even though Cybertron wasn't supposed to be canon to begin with. Of course, it isn't in the Japanese version, but it is in the American version. Yeah, I mean, still the same Red Alert. He's got a hammer now, which is pretty neat. I guess I can't kind of get over how chunky his legs are, but I do like the door panels being on the side of his shoulders. Really neat. But I gotta say, I don't really care for his upgraded defense mode. Of course, in the series, he got badly damaged. It just doesn't scream Red Alert to me at all. This is like a completely different character now. I get it for the series, you know, they just wanted to sell a brand new toy, but yeah, this isn't Red Alert to me. That giant ass rocket on his shoulder, God, what a chore to carry that around every day. But I'll take this over the Micromaster's Protectobots. Oh, I don't know why I talk about these things. I don't think anyone would care if I brought this up, but yeah, here you go. This is Red Alert. Doesn't he look awesome? The next unique Red Alert would come in Transformers Animated. Originally intended to be the 5th member, but was later replaced by Ratchet. I love this design so much. It combines everything great about Armada Red Alert, but then also adds in the colours of the original Generation 1. That being said, I would have loved those original Armada colours, but I think it works better on this design. I gotta admit though, the art style in the animated pitch document is nightmare fuel. This Red Alert is scary. I do not like those tentacles on the head. It gives me more robots vibes, you know, from an animated film. All the vehicle parts are just below the waist, and huge dumper of an ass to put all of that front of the vehicle at the back. It just looks really messy. Thank God for Derek J. White for cleaning that up and giving us a great consistent vehicle mode design. Now we've had a couple of comic designs of Red Alert. The first one is in the Transformers Volume 3, where he just appears in a panel. Looks alright, looks nice. Obviously we can't see a whole lot of it, but when it comes to the main IDW design, like the main Red Alert that got the most stories, this is a cool design. I like it. Okay, this definitely upgrades that Red Alert from G1, makes him more than just a sideswipe mold. You know, he's actually a unique character. A lot of detail all over this. Really do dig this design. But what isn't really nice is this. I don't know why. I don't know why I showcase this. Why do I bring stuff like this up? This is awful. He briefly featured in the episode Enemy of My Enemy on all of the Autobots that are blacklisted in the Transformers Robots in Disguise 2015 cartoon. As we can see, he is simply just a redesign of Sideswipe, so there's not really much to say there. But he did make a small cameo in Transformers 1, and very briefly playing on some video games. Really sweet. I would have loved to have been Armada, but whatever. I guess we should mention the Q Red Alert. Dude looks really scary. And last but not least, we'll talk about the Angry Birds Red Alert. I approve of this. He's sweet. He's cool. He looks like he's just wanting a good time. Now let's move into some fan art, because I want to celebrate all the great fan art out there. And first up, we have Mesopius' design. I am so glad to have this artist back on the channel, because I love all of their designs, and I'm so glad they went with an Armada inspired design. This is just so perfect. This is what the Cybertronian mode of Red Alert should have been in Armada. The detail is crazy all over. I love his back. I like how they're sticking out like sort of turbos or whatever. That head design is so sleek. Makes Red Alert from Armada 10 times more badass. I love this. Next up is another great design by Lux No Art. I like this combination of Armada and Generation 1. You know what, I'm surprised they didn't do something like this for Legacy. Of course, I'm glad we've got that Armada Red Alert in the Age of the Primes, but I can imagine a Legacy G1ified toy looking something like this, combining the best of both worlds. This really works. I would have loved something like this in the original G1 cartoon, because it just makes him more unique. Next up is Steel K9, and this is a really cute Red Alert. This is nice. I like the giant ass. At first I thought it was like the end of a guitar, but I like this staff that this Red Alert has got. Really cute design. I love the white all over. Yeah, this is definitely a good Red Alert design. Next up we have Kairito 10, another great design by this artist for his Transformers Requiem series. He has made the G1 Red Alert 10 times more badass and awesome. I like this. The front of the vehicle is so different from Sideswipes, where you don't think of it as the same mold, so I'm really happy that they've done something different with that. Yeah, the detail is crazy all over this. I would love to see what Kai's interpretation would have been of something like the Armada design, but this is amazing. Next up we have another amazing design by Wax World. We got a little bit of Armada inspiration there with the blue, but I like this bulky G1ified Red Alert. That head design is really neat, and I like his weapon that he's got. That is massive and looks very deadly. I don't want to get caught in the crossfire of that, because I'm quite scared of what that thing might do to me. But yeah, overall great design. Next up we have Xenocron's design, and this is really sweet. This is taking in the Transformers animated Red Alert and blending in the best of our Armada. Yeah, I like the heartbeat on the chest, that's really neat. Yeah, I would love to see animated Red Alert make a comeback in media, and this is where we should start. This is really cool. Everything about this is just taking that original design and just running with it in a brand new way, and this is just sweet. Next up we have a really nervous design by Jericho Art. This Red Alert design, yeah, poor guy, he looks like he is not ready for combat. This is G1 paranoid to the max, but I like his vehicle mode. I like how large his wheels are compared to the front. This is a really cool design. Of course, this is mixing all sorts of Red Alerts from Armada to animated to also G1. Really cool. Bringing back that animated design and putting a new spin on it is by Kosa Lerona. I like this. This is really sweet. Another great variation of that Transformers animated design. Just another great reason on why that Red Alert design really stood out, because you've got artwork like this that showcases it in a beautiful way. Love the art style all around this. Really nice. Great work. Alright, last up we have Hyde Primal 1, and I really do like this take because I've always had a little bit of an issue with that original animated Red Alert just based on the small chest. I should have brought it up when I talked about it, but I would have liked that chest to be a little bit bigger, and this is kind of what I'm going for. This is a really great updated version of that animated design because yeah, mass wise it makes more sense, and honestly just looks actually better. I think this is a huge improvement over that original animated design. Even though I love it so much, this is without a doubt an upgrade that was really needed, really, to make a bit more sense on how she was able to transform into that big truck. And there we have it, guys. Every Red Alert design ranked from worst to best. If I had to pick an all-time favourite, honestly it has to be Armada. Yeah, I'm biased, I grew up with that one, but I think from a design basis, it's just so cool. But of course, let me know your personal favourite in the comment section below, and to keep updated on more ranking videos, be sure to like, comment and subscribe, and click on that notification bell to get all updates instantly. Until the next video, I've been Commodore Cam, and goodbye.